It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos out in the street. Tacos, all you can eat. Lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yummity yum. It's like a dream. Yum, 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 yummity yum. Bring your sour cream.
Welcome Supersonic Silver Free Grace.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese, shell, meat, lettuce, cheese, shell, meat, cheese, 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 cheese.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos. It's raining tacos.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Cheese,
It's raining tacos. Tacos.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How am I doing? Not good. There. That's better. I changed some stuff, and now everything's in the wrong spot. You know, I start every stream like that, but it's true. I'm not even exaggerating. I change nonstop. Why? I don't know. Itchy feet, I'd imagine. But at the very least, at least it's not as bad as it was. I've got like this. See, I put things there. Now it's not just a big red wall. It's got like webcams and cameras and stuff to make it look like I know what I'm doing in the realm of video making. Hello, shenanigans. You got an update for Twitch. Hopefully chat starts behaving. I know, crazy, right? That's nuts. You must be on Android. I assume you're on Android because I'm on iPhone and I don't have any problems. Got the court date. Things to be finalized. January 14th. Okay. Here's don't personally need to attend, but yeah, that should be it. Wasn't sure how to feel emotionally when I got the letter. Oh, use your iPad. Oh, wild. Okay. All right. Maybe it's an iOS thing. So yeah, that's rough, man. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, right? Like it's like there's a closure to it and you're like, well, I'm kind of glad it's over. But at the same time, you're like, well, you know, that's the last day. And so therefore you like it is closure in a negative way too, right? Like it's kind of in both sides, but maybe it'll let you move on. Maybe it'll let you kind of close that chapter, you know, and be like, yeah, you're going to be, you know, there's probably going to be some hangover because there always is because you guys were together for a while, but like at the same time, it's like, okay, now this is next chapter. I don't have to like be hanging around over here. I don't know. Maybe, I hope. But yeah. Hey, Zach, good to see you, man. We got a musician video for you today. We're gonna be talking about great musical performances and what we can learn from them. Apparently, I saw this title and I'm like, yep, we're gonna watch that. Feel like a new beginning. Well, right? I mean, I think it's gonna come down to how you approach it, right? The question isn't will this be how I feel? Which partly, I guess, you know, I get it. It's not there's no guarantees of how you're gonna feel, but at the same time, it's like, how are you gonna approach it? How are you gonna walk into it? You know, like I choose to feel this way. I'm choosing to be more positive or be less miserable, or to, you know, to try to speak about positive things, to, you know, I don't know, things like that, right? Like there are people who, like, for example, a death in a family, right? Like you got people that are like, I'm grieving, I'm going through the grief process, that's the way it is, but at some point they're just like, you know what, we will talk about memories, but I'm not going to sit in the muck, you know, I'm not going to get bitter, I'm just not going to make my entire personality about this. But you know, for a while it's a big deal. If you don't go through the grieving, then you're going to be a problem, but if you like get stuck in it, that's a problem too. I'd imagine there's going to be some kind of similarity. Music sucks these days, the music itself, the live performances, everything, I hate it. Oh no. Bummer. More prepared in general. Some more conspiracy work I've been doing the last couple months. Nice. Yeah. Well, and it will be. I mean, I don't think there's a way to not have it, you know, hit you at some point. Like it's gonna come in waves. The waves will get smaller, but they'll still come. You know, like you'll just out of nowhere, and you'll be like, there's a thought, and you're like, bummer, and you know, you kind of feel bad for a little while. But you learn how to deal with it and move on. Yeah, it's just gonna take a while. Yeah, that's okay. That's a hot take, Zach. Hey Jones, good to see you, man. Yeah, so we're gonna today's Taco Tuesday. We're gonna be talking about performances. I have not seen this video. Full disclosure, I haven't watched it yet, but boy, it sure looks like a good one for us, considering it's the thumbnail says "Dare to Suck," and I'm like, yeah, I'm not good at that. Like, not saying I don't suck. I'm just saying if I catch myself sucking, I'm not very nice to myself. That's what I'm saying. So it's yeah, it's. Hey Yuri, good to see you. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna do that reaction. We'll see how long I last. My tummy is not great. Wait a minute, I only sent you one of the two stickers. Did I screw that up? Which one didn't I send you? I know it took me way too long to do. Okay, tell me which one I need to send you. Bah, where's my pen? Hot take. Hey everyone, raise your hand if you love today's music. I mean, so okay, not that I disagree with you. You got 250. Okay, all right. Send quiz 500K. I don't know how I messed that up. I literally threw that out like 10 minutes ago. It's still on the top of the garbage. Where is it? Where'd you go? Literally threw that out like a minute ago. I'm like, I did this. All right, stickers. Nice. Cool. Yeah, okay. It's noted and will be sent soon. I'm not going to wait for 6 months to do that. So, we talk about today's music, right? Like, is today's music suck? I think if you're talking about, say, top 10, top 40, whatever, I think, especially like I watch a guy named Rick Beato now and again, and he really is the grumpy old man of music, and rightly so. Like, he's been doing it forever. He's produced, forever. He knows his stuff. And so he's like, okay, here's why it sucks. He explains it, right? But every now and again, once in a blue moon, he'll be like, this song came out and it doesn't suck. It's actually pretty good. And it's nice. So the other side of that is when I listen to music with my kids, my daughter especially, my eldest daughter, she listens to a lot of like indie, alternative, K-pop, and like stuff that wasn't usually in my wheelhouse. Things that she'll find. I'm trying to think where she finds them, because some of them are super moody. Really, like, and I don't think it's just like I hear them on TikTok or whatever. Sometimes it is shorts and music like that. But she finds some really cool stuff, and it's all from Spotify and kind of fed to her. And so listening to music with her is great. I listen to the alternative station in town, Live 88.5, and it's got some really stellar music, like legitimately. No, man, so like I will listen to Live 88.5, and it will. Granted, a lot of it is the vinyl hour, right? But there's actually on Sundays, I can't remember the name of the show, but they put together like it's just like a vibe. He's like, this guy's really good at like, here, we're gonna vibe for like an hour on the way to church. And it was it's super good. Like I love the music, and it's new to me anyway. So I would say that some of it's got to be new. That it's where you look, right? If you're like, man, food sucks today, where'd you go? McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Harvey's, Chick-fil-A, KFC. And it's like, wow, yeah, food is so yucky. It's like, well, okay, how about you go to a not that restaurant? You know what I mean? Like go somewhere else. Thank you, I appreciate it. Go to a place where they're making good food, or they're experimenting, or someplace that has some really new kind of fusion stuff. Like I went to a Mexican sushi fusion restaurant for some of the best food I've ever had. So good. Like, so it's there. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. It's just a matter of where you look. And I can be easily grumpy old man, because when I listen in the car and like it's on like the I don't know, whatever it is here, 105 something, which is new, modern, whatever. Like I don't know. It's grating. It grates on me, right? Like there's some really stupid songs that I know. Like Beep Beep. Like I'm old, so like there are songs that are really dumb. Like what did they call the really weird songs. I can't remember what the genre is, but it's just really stupid, right? Like Purple People Eater and songs like that, or for that matter, like Blur. No, what's that called? Song 2, right? Song 2 by I can't remember who the heck. Guns for Hands. Okay. Yeah. What is that a song? Is like, although isn't that there's a movie like that, but there's some really dumb songs, and I like them. They're really dumb and whatever, which is fine. It's just, I just think the issue for me, I narrowed it down a while ago. Do you sure of new music? That's cool. Do you? It is. I know it's old. I'm just saying that listen, I like dumb songs that are, for me, when I was in high school, new. So it's just or Winona's Big Brown Beaver, which I think is on the same album, I listened to it so much, but it's good. Yeah. And I think, to me, and I narrowed this down, and that is what I like in music is complexity, right? If I believe that you are trying to be complex, right? You're shooting for complexity, then I can appreciate your music. Like it's definitely something that I know you've worked on and that you've put thought into, even if it's silly, even if it's stupid, even half horse, half man. Yeah. That, yes, agreed. But again, there's a complexity to it. There's thought put into it. There's lyrics put into it. There's, there's effort in the song. It's not just, we're gonna grab a riff from the days of disco, like a beat from the days of disco. We're gonna go over, we're gonna layer over top of it some classic rap loop that goes on for like 4 seconds, and then we're going to sing generic AI, lyrics over top of it in monotone, because that's wump, and just sing the same note over and over and over like you're chanting. That drives me nuts. It really does. Is this not connected? Let me check. Oh, it's connected. I'm just really shiny on my head. Why my head so shiny? I'm going to turn down the shininess on my head for a second, because it is just, that is bold. That is a big bright spot. You haven't heard Half Horse, Half Man? Oh, it's good. It is legit good music. I think it's this one. Let me check. Nope. What's this one? That one. Okay. Back down to 35. I think it's this one. Nope, not that one. Back down 36. How about this one? Yeah, that's it. There. Cool. Done. Yeah, right? I actually thought about setting up a flashbang. I have the ability, right? Because it's easy to do. You get a plug, you get a bright light, you sit it kind of underneath the monitor, pointed at you, you leave it on. And the really cheap bulbs that you can get at Walmart, they're capable of doing pretty fast turn on. Like, they're not a flicker, but they'll go on off, pretty fast, all the way to bright and all the way down. And I could do that. I'm getting further and further from the fun stuff, which good for good or for ill, and trying to get into more serious content, because it's the same kind of thing that you see on all the established streams, where you've got at the beginning they got a lot of bells and whistles and things that they're doing and experimenting and goofy stuff, and then as they build an audience, or as they mature, as they come into their own, who am I and what do I make, it ends up going into far more simpler stuff. Knock off the tough guy act, buddy, says Van City. Oh, if I'm giving off that vibe, please don't see that. I am a big squishy marshmallow man, chock full of terror and confusion. Never been in a fight in my life. Because like Gondor calls raid. I made that joke the other day. What did I can't remember. We did something similar. I made the same joke and they didn't laugh. It was hilarious. Bill, help today. I'm glad you're doing well. Yes. Today's been a good day. Yesterday was bad. I don't know what happened. Like, I started stream sick, and then I was just yicky, and then came in and we had a really good discussion, and then after I'm falling apart. Like, at the end of that, I'm trying to close off stream and trying to get to a natural end, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. I feel like I gotta go, blah. And I just was crappy. I didn't feel good probably until 9 p.m. that night. So. Is it as good as Gaia and on the Buffalo songs? I don't know that one. But there are some silly ones. So before we jump into anything, it's better. I woke up this morning, I felt better. I made myself a different breakfast. Had a bagel instead, and so I'm hoping that's fine. So it's fine. I think I'd stressed myself out. I think that's one of them. I've been doing about 1 million things, and I bummed myself out. Oh, dude! Speaking of, okay, I'm gonna talk nerd for a minute, just so you guys can hear some dumb nerd stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you, and I appreciate you coming, Shepard. It's really cool to see you. Sleepy. I'm gonna just alternate, and then that'll make my life easier. Good to see you, Ladgate. So yesterday, okay, so I've got this drive, okay, and you'll notice everything's kind of running smooth right now, okay? Everything's running smooth right now. I've got this drive, it was Crucial. It is a gig per second drive, SSD, 2 terabyte, works good. I have a computer. It has the super speed, the SS USB drive, USB port, and I have an adapter that's the SS adapter that goes into the USB-C, and it's fine. Plugged it in. So my adventure was plug it in, use a wire. It was garbage. Got like 20 meg per second. Wasn't working. Used a different wire. Tried to use the same kind of thing, but with a different adapter. Plugged it in. Got to 50, and it was like super like funky. Which is why when I started yesterday, I clicked and it was just garbage. Like nothing worked, and I'm like, okay. So that's why I unplugged it and whatever. So after stream, I'm looking around, and I find an SS adapter, and I'm like, oh cool, okay, so that means it'll send 3.0, like USB 3.0 through and I used the proper wire that came in the box, and I plugged it in, and it was getting like 200, 250, 300 kind of thing up, and I'm like, okay, why am I not getting 1,000? So I was Google and AI and Gemini, and it's like, well, here's the problem. Many of the less expensive adapters, USB adapters, even though they're USB-C and they work in both directions, they're only set up to go to work with their flipped a certain way. So just take out the USB thing, the adapter, turn it over, plug it back in. I did, and I was pulling down a gig per second. It's just the dumbest thing. It's just these little and like, how would you know that if you weren't paying attention? Like if I didn't have a speed test program to check the SSD to see what it was, to if it was getting the right level, it would, like, how would you know? You'd be fine. You'd be thinking because it's 200, it's pretty okay. But I'm like, because I'm like, I will get the max out of this. I'm trying to figure this thing out. And yeah, it's flipped the adapter. I would never have thought to do that. The duck, oh, for sure. Duck walked up to the lemonade stand? Absolutely. That one and Charlie the Unicorn were on loop at my house for a little while. Yeah, it is dumb. But anyway, it works now, so that's good. And I'm currently, so what's cool is I'm taking this full resolution, 1080p webcam, and it's being copied. And then anything we do on the screen, right, is also being copied over there. So every, if I do something interesting, I can make a short or I can make a video that is full resolution. I can move around my thing like a pro, things like that. Just need to take the time to edit it. And unless anybody wants to be my editor, I'm open to having someone come and edit my stuff. I could use the help. Yeah. Okay. So before we jump into the TED Ed, how to be a better performer and things like that, by all means, AMA, whatever you'd like, AMA. Copy. So I'm doing through. So I'm sending out a stream right now, right? And it's being sent out, which I can grab the bot on. That's full bot. Second is it's only capturing the webcam, right? Full resolution webcam, because I'm actually, this is technically, even when I'm this big, it's still 1080p, right? It's just shrunk, which means it's if I do something interesting on this screen, like say I do this, right, and we're watching it, and I say something interesting that I want to turn into a short, it messes it up, right? It messes it up. Where would I put it? I'd have to chop it a little bit and then move it around, etc., etc. Appreciate the lurk. So so what it does is it's now recording this in one file, and then all this stuff in another file, and in that way later when I want to assemble them, right? Like if something cool happens, or I want to do put a let's play together, or even do like a highlight or whatever. I'm going to be doing a video series called Game to Life, and it's going to start. So I was playing a game the other day, and this happened. They're all gonna. I'm hoping to start them all like that, and then I can go to that. So it's this page is going to offend YouTube people. They don't like this. What they like is clean, right? They don't like all the Twitch jazz. And so it will give me a chance to make a clean, YouTube friendly video. That's what it is. It's two different files. Two different files. Yeah. Not the same file. Two different files. Yeah. Boop. My dad had kidney cancer, and after he was out of surgery, he goes, "They took my freaking kidney." Also, so it's not the same. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're good. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about before we jump into the video? Otherwise, I'm just gonna slap my headphones on and we can have a conversation about that. That's the plan. Give me a sec. I'll give you a sec while I put on my headphones. Yesterday we had a really good talk about what was a really good talk about? Oh yeah, qualification. How qualified you need to be a minister? How qualified you need to be, do a thing, call your, to go into like a church planting or some kind of like spiritual ministry kind of thing. It was a good talk. Good talk. Gave me some things to think about, or I at least gave us some things to think about. Audio, headphones, cool. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, exactly. Different audio. Like if you have a multi-track recorder. Exactly what I'm doing. All right, where are you at? This one. This, on the other hand, this setup is meant to be easy to share as a short, because I'm trying to make my life easier, man. Yes, new furnace, all good. Dryer broke after that. That cost us some money, but our son works at a place that sells dryers, so we got it for a very good deal. But yeah, so this is the plan for that. I'm trying to be smart about it. So like when I do a Art of the XtianNinja talk, like we did on Monday, I've got it set up, and then if we do this, it's right in the middle. The gaming, I for a while I actually had the gaming set up where I was dead center, because it would have been, kind of makes sense. But it just, people didn't like it because so much of the UI is in the middle for the video games, which, yeah, okay. Okay, let's push play and see what we can learn. The whole mission here is I haven't seen the video, but the video is about the how to become a good performer, right? Like what is the secret to good performance? And so there we go.
What makes for a great live performance is when you walk away and that air hits you in the parking lot and you're kind of wondering what just happened.
Hey you! Yes, you. Is there music inside of you? We've recruited working musicians from throughout the industry to help you hear it, hold it, and share it with this wild and wonderful world.
A great live performer is someone who is at one with their sound.
Okay, so this is about music. So what I want you to do is expand your mind a little bit, because if you're a content creator, you're a streamer, VTuber, anything that you're doing, you are performing, right? You are performing. And so I would say that for us, he said be one with the music kind of thing, that it means that you're in the moment, right? It means that when you are singing or you are playing or whatever, you're connected to the music, and it's not so much that you're fighting the instrument or you're trying to, think through exactly what you're doing. It's coming out naturally. It's coming out like you actually are engaged with it, right? And we know that from content creation, that if you are engaged with the stuff you're doing and you're interested in what you're watching or playing or thinking or doing, you are far better to watch than if you're frustrated with what you're doing or bored by what you're doing or just you don't care, right? Like, caring matters. Is there music? Man, there's only flesh and blood and caffeine inside of me. Yes, the occasional bone, just to keep things settled. But yeah, I play music. I've been in lots of bands. I was a touring band when I was in school. Like I do play. I haven't played in a long time because something had to give. And so as things have had to give, some of the more fun things that I have done were the things that had to give. So we're doing that. But I do like music.
No separation between themselves and the sound they're making.
Like to just feel really present, really in my body, in this state of bliss that lifts up people around me and makes them want to tune in.
For me, what works for
That's an interesting line, right? Like we think of it as a content creator, right? Where does your best content come from? Where does your best, like audience interactions come from? I think in a very similar sense, what she said, right? I just want to be in this place where I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And I know that I'm connecting not only to the audience, but to the what I'm creating, and what I'm creating has value, and what I'm creating is making people happy or interested or learning or whatever. And I'm kind of the conduit of that, right? So it's harder to do if you are trying to discover yourself or you're trying to get popular. That's why all the advice whenever you're talking about content is don't go try to find something popular and do it, because you're not going to like that. I actually don't like the advice that is given to so many new creators, which is go to Twitch, scroll down some, and find just something that is a little less popular, but kind of popular, and then play that for a while. Like there's actually something on Twitch that it'll tell you, here's some things that you might want to play that will actually, you can get more attention because there's less competition. I would say that that's helpful, but only as much as you actually want to play it, right? Only as much as you want to play it. I can tell you from experience that if there's a game that I'm really vibing with, it is so much more fun to play. It is so much more fun to stream, so much more fun for the audience. And if it's something I don't like, and I am no secret if I don't like a game, you guys will know immediately. I'm frustrated. I'm upset with myself. I'm upset with how I'm playing. I'm upset with the game, and it's not fun. And it's a disconnect because nobody wants to sit there with a grumpy guy, right? And I think in the same way, nobody wants you to be faking it. Nobody wants you to be pretending. Nobody wants you to be bored. They want you to like what you're doing. Literally Scribbling in the Sand by Michael Card. Song Christ and Creativity. Oh, interesting. Would you recommend it? And if you would, maybe it'll be a book I can read.
compelling performance is when you are comfortable. If people are coming to see me perform, in essence, they're coming to see me do something they could never imagine doing. Watch me be comfortable because the default makes them uncomfortable. Part of my exercise is being myself and being comfortable because that's the beginning of performing in a genuine way.
I think I agree with him. The only argument I would make is you become more comfortable as you practice. Okay. As you practice what you do, as you get better at the technical side of it, at the, like getting to know your gear, getting to know what you're doing, the timing, the all that stuff, as you get better at it, you're able to be a lot more comfortable. Because if you're paranoid about all the stuff, like legitimately, like what is happening, and I don't know what's happening with my tech, and nothing's lined up properly, and you'll just be paranoid the whole time. You won't know what's going on. You'll be like, and you won't be comfortable. Your gear or your game or your computer or your instrument or your whatever is going to keep you from feeling comfortable, because by nature it's discomforting. That is fine for a while. You need to go through that. Anybody who's learning an instrument or learning to do anything is going to be fighting with that thing, whether it be carpentry, be trying to lathe something, learning how to weld, going for exercising, going on a hike, anything. It's going to be uncomfortable for a while by its nature, because you're trying to learn how to do it. But the thing is, as you learn, the comfortableness, right? The comfortableness, the comfort level goes up, and that natural flow can happen. If you look at the really good guitar players, I mean really good guitar players, they one of the things that you'll see is how effortless they make it look. Like you watch, I was watching Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits in some video, and he was just like, he wasn't looking at nothing. He was talking to people. Meanwhile, he's doing like one of the the hottest licks from one of his favorite songs. He's just kind of looking around, enjoying it, and with his fingers thing, as effectively as they can. And it was cool to watch. But he was comfortable. He was having fun. But it came because he knows what he's doing.
A great show is not always going to be me having my best vocal night, but it's going to be whether or not I was able to move the people in the crowd.
The stage is a magnifying glass. We can tell if you're not telling the truth.
The audience's experience watching you is going to be a reflection of your experience on stage.
1000% true with content creation as well, with streaming specifically. I would say in YouTube videos and any kind of content you can do, they will, if you're faking it, if you're being inauthentic, if you are, you're doing it for the views, if you're doing it because they're going to see it. One of the things that I've been watching a ton of TikTok because I'm trying to learn how to do it. And one of the things that makes me, it makes me sad on the inside, in my heart, is watching people who are clearly not enjoying the content that they're making, but they feel like they have to. And usually it's a dance or it's a trend, and they're doing some kind of just slow movements, barely, the smile is so plastered on, and they're just like, I have to do this because I know if I do this, I'm going to get paid. And it's what the audience wants. And it hurts my heart to watch because it's so empty and sad and, performance monkey that has no heart. Whereas if you see, then you'll flip next and you'll see someone talking about something they really care about, or that they really want you to know, or they really want to, like, look at what I'm doing. They have a completely different energy. I think in the same way, streamers, content creators specifically, whether it be YouTubers or musicians or people who are talking, whatever the case is, the more you like what you're doing and the more that you enjoy what you're doing and the more that you believe what you're doing is important, the more chance you have to affect people in a positive way, right? The more chance that you're going to have people that are like, hey, he believes what he's saying. He or she, she really cares that she's doing this and she wants me to be part of it. And even if you are not as good technically, your passion, your desire, your wish to be, that whatever that feeling is that you want to convey or thought you want to convey or group you want to connect to or need you want to fill, that's carrying the energy, and it's way more powerful. I guess the moral of the story is, if you find yourself faking it because you are, you feel like you have to do it for the sake of views or for the sake of the algorithm or whatever, stop, right? Just stop. Find stuff you want to do. Find stuff you want to do. With the whole talk I'm going to be giving in this first video that I'm creating, and that I gave it reach and that we've talked about like 3 times since, it's funny, it keeps coming up, is about how you will be able to be an authentic creator who likes what you do, who loves what you do, but it's not going to come from a place where you're just kind of gaming the algorithm or creating popular stuff. Anytime you hear that, just skip it, because it's not, you won't like it, you won't last. Even if you take off, you're going to feel empty. These guys here, that what they're talking about, when they perform, they don't feel empty. They feel like they are connecting to people in a very real way.
If you're having a good time on stage, they're going to have a good time watching you.
I like to treat the audience as a couple of my friends in my living room. My friend off to the right, my friend down the middle, and my friend on the left. I always try to make sure everybody is engaged on every side. And more importantly, it's like, don't do anything except the way you would do it for your best friends in your living room.
And I think that's got some value too. And I think for us creators, giving your best is a big deal. I've always considered how I stream and how I set up my stream to be a reflection of hospitality, right? You guys have seen me really frustrated with my setup. And I said, every time I start a stream, I'm like, wow, that's really broken. Sorry, everybody. I tried to change something. The heart behind that comes from the desire to make the experience for you better. right? So like, why is the background the way it is, and why is the font the way it is, and why are the colors the way they are, and why am I lined up the way I'm lined up, and why did I steal the whole bottom bar ID and all that stuff? I kept thinking every time I'm on here, like, there's going to be people out there that are like, that's really cluttery, or that's really annoying, or I can't read the words, or that that feeling is distracting, or the sharp edges look like really amateur. And so I'm trying to create something that for you is like if you came into my living room and it was, the difference between dirty, or all the edges are sharp, or the couches are, like covered in plastic. Like you walk in there like, okay, here, I'm doing a thing. And you're like, wow, this environment is uncomfortable. I want you to be comfortable as you come to watch. I want you to be connected to me, and for nothing to get between you and I. And that's how I try to do my setup. That's how I try to do, the music and whatnot, is try to connect to you, like use all the tech and whatever. It's one of the reasons I got rid of so many of my, my channel rewards, because they were distracting. Like we'd be in a moment and then someone would come in and use one or distract or whatever. I'm actually strongly considering getting rid of the alert sounds too, especially for like the raid, because there have been multiple times where we are in it deep, really deep, talking about some pretty serious stuff, and all of a sudden, like the theme from Naruto starts coming in, and it's coming in for 30 seconds or more. Red lights are flashing, and we were just in the middle of a big talk. You can't stop that. You can pause a raid. You can keep raids from coming in, things like that. But like that's disrespectful. And not that I can control it, but it feels a sense of disrespect towards the person that I was trying to connect to, right? I've interrupted their feeling, right? Yes, you can turn off. You can turn off alerts. There's a button, turn off alerts, and there is turn off raids, like all the rest of that stuff. So I, you know what? Now that you say that, I should probably put that button on there. Although, will I remember to use it? That's the other thing. Let's find out. Stream. Turn off alerts button. I wonder if I could give that to the to the mods too, just to be able to say, hey, he's vibing really hard with someone right now. Maybe we shouldn't have alerts, or turn it off for 30 minutes or something. Well, but see, my problem is that if I'm in the middle of it, like if I'm like really locked in, like I was yesterday with St. Bear. I'm not thinking, oh, I better push that button. Like if I say something that I think is relatively intelligent, I don't think to hit the clip button, because it would pull me out of it. The person I'm talking to is more important than the clip. The person that I'm talking to is more important than trying to figure out if that's going to make a good short, right? I would find that to be offensive, that I want to use somebody for the sake of content. That's not good. It's could I use that as content? Yeah, but it's supposed to be after the fact. In the moment, I'm talking to you. Right in the moment, I'm talking to you. It'd be like if you were having a conversation with somebody, doing counseling or having a really important thing, and you were like, that's going to make a really good sermon illustration. I'm going to try to milk this for a sermon illustration and get more details so I can use it on Sunday. Like that would be really gross. It'd be really gross.
One of the things about being a professional musician is you have to play well, no matter if the audience is, giving you a bunch of energy or not. Sometimes you have a great audience. Sometimes, like maybe it's a Sunday night and people are a little sleepy and you don't have a great audience. But that shouldn't matter to the professional musician. You have to play.
We're in an era of
that is a struggle. Good gravy. That is a struggle for me. I'm really, I get tired. I get sick. I get down. I feel like I have an emotional day or something like that. And for me, rallying and being positive, pretending I'm okay, pretending that the emotions aren't where they are and all that, I'm really bad at it. There for a long time, like it's like sucking it up, go to church Tuesday, Sunday, suck it up, do stream, suck it up, go do the whatever, take care of your family. You don't need to burden everybody with your crap. But as the piles higher, it becomes harder and harder to pretend it's not there. And like it's just I'm not great at it. But I think he's got a really good point. In fact, I'm listening to it again because the way he said it was very Like if you listen to it from a content creator perspective, like it, instead of him saying concert, instead of saying audience, say, like your stream or your video or your TikTok, usually that live, this is a good live example.
For your best friends in your living room.
And one of the things about being a professional musician is you have to play well, no matter if the audience is, giving you a bunch of energy or not. Sometimes.
So like you translate that. And that's why yesterday I used the word unprofessional so many times. I'm doing this unprofessionally. And it was because I was making you guys wait. I was making it about myself. I wasn't pushing through to be able to make it so that you guys were connected. It was just me being, why am I here? Like I'm here making you guys wait. Like, hi, welcome to my living room. I'm going to go sit in the bathroom for a while. Bye. Go sit by yourself, entertain yourself, talk to but don't leave. You'll hurt my feelings, right? Like that's just terrible. Like the whole thing was terrible. But when he talks about it, he says that's a good first line.
And one of the things about being a professional musician is you have to play well, no matter if the audience is, giving you a bunch of energy or not. Sometimes. So like, if you think of it from a stream perspective, that is when you get onto stream, when you get into your content creation, regardless of how the chat is doing, regardless of how the response is doing, you still have to be giving your all, or giving as much as you can to people, because especially on Twitch, right? You don't know who's going to be dropping in. And so if you're sitting there with your finger up your nose, leaning back, doing nothing, someone's going to come in and be like, hey, I wonder if this person's entertaining. The answer is going to be no, right? You have to be on. When you're on, be on. When you're streaming, be engaged. So it's like, well, it's hard to do when there's no one to react to. I agree. So that means maybe your streams are too long, right? Maybe that means that you're trying to add energy to a stream that is 5 hours long and you just don't have it. Cut it down to 2 hours, man. Come up with some stuff in the meantime. Practice the 2 or 3 things that you're going to say. Come up with a system of what you're going to react to, or what you're going to do, or how you're going to create things to talk about while you're doing what you're doing. And if you're doing something that is creating 0 conversation, 0 reaction, 0 energy, then change what you're doing, because it means that you're not being engaging. You're just performing something at a worse level that other people can do better. And you're doing it with no reason for anybody to watch. So what was the point, right? What was the point? Sometimes you have a great audience. Sometimes, like maybe it's a Sunday night and people are a little sleepy and you don't have a great audience. But that shouldn't matter to the professional musician. You have to play.
We're in an era of rampant price gouging. Like people are really spending a lot of money on tickets to go and see people play. So you want to make sure they get their money's worth, because it's not really fair to go out there and phone it in.
I think that for us, instead of talking about money, we talk about time. Everybody is busy. Everybody has a deficit of time. They all have a deficit of attention, right? Everybody's going through mental health stuff, or life stuff, or loneliness stuff, or busy at work, or busy with, family stuff. Like everybody. And so if they come to your stream and they're investing in you, they're giving you probably their most precious resource, and that is their time. What are you doing with their time, right? If you're there purposelessly, you have no reason for being, you have no reason to be on, and you're talking, I'm talking to people who are trying to take this seriously, not just folks who are like, oh, I turned it on because I turned it on. I'm talking to people who are very, want to do it correctly. If they're there and you're wasting their time, as in you don't know what you're doing, your tech isn't set up, you don't have a plan for stream, you don't have any kind of way to, you're not and giving them anything to hang on to, as far as content goes, then you're wasting their time. And people don't want their time wasted. There are a lot of people out there. You're in a very competitive environment. They've only got so much, so much money, so much time, so much energy. And if they've given it to you, that's an investment, and they expect a return on their investment. The ROI, they expect to have something from you that they're not getting from other people. And so what is that? And so you got to take time to ask yourself, what do I offer people. And that's where, that talk I'm going to be giving comes down to it. It's like, your offering is going to come from your need and from your passion and from your gifts and from the people that you are connecting to and the problem you want to solve. Like all that stuff is going to come through there, and that's the lens. And if you haven't thought through any of that, then chances are people are going to come in, and regardless, they're going to see, why am I here? What's the point? And then go find somebody else that gives them something, gives them an ROI. Cancel my Opus subscription because I wasn't using it. Yeah, I'm canceling mine too. I canceled mine too. Only paid once, so it wasn't too bad, but it didn't add any value for me when I was trying to make shorts. Yeah, I did like, so I was getting an average of 1,000, 1,500, maybe 2,000 views per, but it would never went up. And the quality of the shorts was only okay. The words were fine. I think the actual, what it was picking was okay. The editing was fine. It was nice and tight, but the actual look of it wasn't good. And so it ends up, and you can't do anything about that when it comes to Opus. So yeah, I agree. It was decent content, but not presented well. So I think it shot itself in the foot. Yeah. Ludwig did an experiment a while ago while streaming on a new channel to see how long it takes someone to pop in and say hi. Yeah. What was the results? What opened his eyes?
I really think music is where you really connect to people. But it's okay that it's also show business, and you are going to be performed. You're going to be on stage, and you want to create something visual that people want to look at while they're listening to you. Like they will listen better if there's something in your energy that feels good. You have to have
That is 1,000% true of streaming too. And that's why, like I said, to me anyway, working on the overlays, working on how it looks, how it feels, how it sounds, whether, like, do I have a properly balanced microphone? Hopefully the microphone sounds good. I've worked really hard to try to make the filters good and to put it at the right spot and have it at the right volume level, to speak into it, things like that. That all matters, to treat it like a job, to treat it professionally, to do it at your best possible level, because it is something that people are going to be judging you on. It's reason they're going to stay or they're not going to stay based on your, like they can like you and like what you're doing, and you can have everything correct. But if your audio sucks or your video sucks, or they can't see the game, or your frame rates at like in the tank, all those things are things that are going to kind of pull away their energy, pull away their entertainment value, pull away their interest, and so therefore, if you do dip into the kind of being a little bit boring or kind of being a little bit, whatever, what it'll do is it'll give them the excuse to leave, right? I like them, but their audio really, terrible. I like them, but man, would it just so annoying to watch their stream because XYZ, stuff is happening all the time. It's something to consider. It is important to quote unquote perform in a sense of excellence, but I don't think it's necessarily, the for us anyway, you need to be able to put on the show. I keep thinking about me as a preacher, right? Like people connected to my sermons, not because I was performing them well, but because they were prepared, because they were they had a purpose for being. I hear I know some stuff. Here's some stuff. Here's what the Bible says. I prayed about it, thought about it. This is for you guys. It has a reason for being, and I tried to present it in such a way that it had quality. I tried to get better at it. You know what I mean? I think getting better at it helps. Is it good if you had to choose between, being meaningful and doing stuff that actually connecting to hearts, or be professional looking and be awesome at it? I'd choose the former, right? Because the latter it will sound hollow and go away. We've all seen people who are great at how it looks, but have absolutely nothing to offer, right? You need something to offer before you have quality. Hello, Farrick. Hello, Warrior.
A visual component and a musical component to make a good show, I feel like.
Sometimes it's an exploration.
Listen better if there's something in your energy that feels good.
You have to have a visual component and a musical component to make a good show, I feel like.
I think she's got a good point. The you need to have something for people to latch onto. When you're teaching, you're learning how to teach. You try to, they said, use as many of the senses as you can in order to, cram this into their brain. Like if you're teaching them how to math, right? You can sit there and put math on the wall, and they can use their eyeballs to stare at the problems, and then you're like, okay, do that, use your brain. Well, that's one thing. If you give them like blocks, number blocks to play with and kind of visualize, that's where the new math, the Common Core comes from, is the concept of visualization. I want to see it, I want to touch it, I want to kind of understand it from a bigger level. You give them blocks, you tell them to, kind of layer it out, and here's how division works in different colors, and if you're able to make it so that they, taste, okay, let's do a recipe. You want to learn fractions, best way to learn fractions is to do a recipe. Let's talk about, do that kind of thing. And then, what can they, what other things? I guess the other, sight, smell. Can you smell math? Probably. But you know what I mean? Like in the same way, like when you're trying to do an illustration or whatever, you want to like, here's an illustration, and you can pass something around so everybody can touch it and they can see it and they can feel it and they can, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They see it, it's something that they can connect to in another way. I think in the same way as we as content creators, if we're going to be, if we think about our streams, we think about our content, we try to engage people on more than one level. I think the way that, if you're talking about YouTube videos, and this is kind of what I've been thinking about for like at least a couple weeks now, trying to process this, it's the difference between a talking head video that's like this and a talking head video with B-roll, which will, kind of take their attention. Instead of hearing me stare at you the entire time, we're going to be talking like this, it cuts to B-roll of some, something that's making the point, or me, or even cutting to a different angle kind of thing, because that feels different. It helps with the attention span of the viewer, because just talking head straight into their eyeballs it's only engaging one thing. Maybe their ears, I guess, and their eyes. But as soon as you cut, you're helping their attention. In what other way can you engage their senses, right? So the eating on stream thing, I think, might be part of that. Some people are like, I would never eat on stream, I don't ever want to do that. And other people are like, I keep thinking, who was it? I don't want to name a name, but somebody said, and this is ages ago, probably 3-4 years ago, they were talking about eating on stream, and they said, I do eat on stream, and I didn't used to. She's female. She's like, I didn't used to because I didn't want to be, seen eating on stream, but then I did, because for whatever reason. And someone in chat said, thank you for eating. I forgot to. And and then as they, like, oh, I'm gonna work that into my, I'm gonna be okay with doing that now. They were saying that they heard that the people are like, what, I forget to eat sometimes, and so I eat when you eat. When you do that, I'll just remember to go eat. And she's like, that's something I can connect to people and help people with. Sure, I can have a snack on stream, and I think that has it too. Like, I, as a variety streamer, used to do a lot more tactile things. I wish I could get back to it, opening boxes and showing stuff and connecting, here's how it smells, here's how it tastes, things like that. I think it's more interesting if you can engage more senses, which is not to say that your overlays will make your key to success, but I will say how you think through how you look and how you sound and the color scheme and your logo and the about that you have underneath and how you write, how you present, what you wear. I think all those little things, they do add up to being a better product, easier thing to watch. You respect the audience more to be able to say, I take you seriously. How seriously do I take you? Well, I take Taco Tuesday so seriously, I have a uniform. All right, I wear a uniform for it. That's how serious I take it. How serious do I take how you see it? Well, I'm going to make it look like as good as I possibly can, right? That's how serious, because I want to care for you. I think that brings value.
Sometimes it's an exploration in identity that is just as important as exploration of technique. When you look at performers like Billie Eilish's colored hair and her baggy clothes, makes people feel an identity.
How I connect with.
That's, again, this video is gold. What it's talking about there is your uniqueness, uniqueness. Yeah, you being you. And so we've talked about this about a zillion times, especially on the channel here, and that is you being okay to be you, and you being who God created you to be, and bringing to the table that which God has decided to get, to give you, and not trying to be someone else. That's part of it. It's part of it, but it also has to do with your own. How do I say? I'm trying not to make this too corporate, but like your own brand, your own style, your own vibe, your own riff, your own way of presenting. And some people are great at this. You go to their channel, and it doesn't look like anybody else's channel. I was thinking, there's a guy who does retro games, and you guys will know who I'm talking about if you're part of the Christian creator community. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he had a really cool setup. He'd have the retro game here, and then he'd have like a side shot of his face, really big, and it kind of like a transparent situation going on. Like, it's just a really cool looking shot. And it was like, when I went through his stream, it looked like that. That's like, I knew whose stream I was on immediately, and it didn't look like everybody else's. I think in the same way, thinking through what you wear, why you do what you do, what you're gonna look like, what your colors are, what your scheme is, what your sound is going to be, a little bit different. I think it's worth it, because if you're just replicating what everybody else does, then you're going to end up looking and sounding like everybody else, and you'll just be washed in. Will it take a little while? Yes, it'll probably take a little while. Like who am I and what am I doing and what is my style and what I'm going to, like for me, when I started, my logo was red and gold and black. I like purple. And so therefore I was like, do I change my logo? How do I, what do I do with my logo? Should I change everything? But I just decided to kind of embrace the idea that I am red, black, gold, and purple. And so I'm just owning it, because I like it. It's what I like. And I don't know. That's my thought anyway. Kind of lame, but hopefully that is meaningful to you too.
Fans in a live setting is the music first, the trust that the music is going to be where it's supposed to be on a nightly basis second, and the rest is left to beautiful chance. So let's get really.
I think that's okay. Let's back that up, because he said something I think really, really helpful.
Identity.
How I connect with fans in a live setting is the music first, the trust that the music is going to be where it's supposed to be on a nightly.
So he said two things, right? Music first, trust second. What he's talking about, music for, as in the content that I create comes first. As in like if I don't have good content, what is the point? If I don't have a reason for doing what I'm doing, and if I don't have a no one I'm going to do that night, and I don't whatever, why am I even here? The second, that trust thing, it's less trust that he's talking about, more consistency. Right, the consistency of knowing what you're going to get when you come to that stream. And even if you're like a variety streamer, or you play a bunch of different games, like Jate, for example, when you walk into, say, Jate's stream, he could be playing anything. He could be speedrunning. He could be in an indie game. He could be playing, like some super popular shooter. You don't know what he's going to play, but what do you know? The consistency of his availability, the consistency of his attitude, the consistency of his kindness, the consistency of his community, consistency of his voice, of his sound, of his look, of the way that he plays. You're going to get the same person, the same vibe, the same connection every time. It's the way that he presents himself, regardless of the content. I think for you, in the same way, whatever your level of content is, and that is to be able to kind of go, what consistency do you bring? And so if you're all over the map, and I am, I'll admit that this is something I really struggle with, because I get bored. Hello, Hannah. I get bored. And so therefore I change stuff all the time, and I'm trying to update stuff, and I'm trying to learn stuff, and I'm trying to do better, and I'm, all over the place. And so my consistency is just crap. Also because life outside makes things difficult, and, I run out of energy, run out of time, run out of, ability, and just nothing left in the tank. And then it ends up, my energy dips, and you never know what you're going to get, especially over the last 6 to 8 months here. You didn't know which ninja was going to be coming on stream. You just didn't know. Was it the sad one? Was it the hyper one? Was it the one who's pushing? Is it the one that's sleepy? Is it the one that, is just doing it because he has to? Is the one that is excited about what he's doing? Like I was all over the place. and finding that consistency. But finding that consistency is important. It really, really is. Bored equals sleepy. Well, yeah, maybe. For me, it's less sleepy and more like I don't want to be here, right? So therefore, there are other things, and I'm thinking about other stuff, and so whatever's in front of me is just non-stimulating.
Basis second, and the rest is left to beautiful chance. So let's get really clear. 6 grown men aren't meant to be traveling on a bus together for a month. For it to work, that in and of itself is going to be a bond.
Chemistry on stage is incredibly important. The audience feels it if you guys are all on the same page. And I think that also extends to the front of house engineer and the person who's mixing your ears. That person is incredibly important. If I can't hear myself and if I can't hear my band, that has everything to do with the chemistry and the level of show that I'm going to be able to put on.
Trusting each other.
So that, he's talking about collaboration, right? Collaboration. And you vibing with that person is important. You enjoying that person, you being curious about that person, you wanting to learn more about them, or them wanting to build content with you. I think the biggest mistake, I remember early in my career, we had a really cool idea. And that was, I was going to have a collaboration with another Minecraft streamer who said, I have another content creator who wants to be part of it. Could they be on there? And I'm like, I don't know who that is, but you know what? If you say they're cool, then they're cool. That person didn't understand the difference between playing the game and making content while playing a game. That person was playing the game. And so in my as I'm trying to do content, as I'm trying to make it interesting, I'm trying to make it entertaining, I'm trying to talk to the other person, I'm trying to, let's do things together so it's a more interesting thing to watch. That other person was charging ahead and just beating every level, getting every achievement, running through, doing things as fast as he can, wasn't sticking into the screen, wasn't sticking into the group, anything off. And so every time I moved forward, the thing was done. Ding, it's done. Ding, it's done. I had nothing to do, nothing to work with, nothing to react to. There was no problems to solve. There was no nothing, because the person I was collaborating with wasn't collaborating with me. They were just playing the game. And so that taught me the lesson to be able to, whenever I do a collaboration and whenever I have, I give the talk. I'm like, we are not here to win. We're not here to win the game. We're here to make interesting content. We are here to make it fun or funny or meaningful or something for the audience. And nothing to do with whether or not we beat the game, even if we don't. Then so like if you ever, I've had that conversation with people, like, we're not trying to win. Don't try to win. Try to be interesting. try to elevate each other. Let someone else shine, right? Like, so we were playing last time we were on Taco team party stream, right? It was hosted, like Quiz was hosting, I think. And it was like, so we're playing a certain game, and I tend to keep yammering, right? I tend to keep yammering, and I can overtake because I want to be funny and I want to whatever and I want to make it interesting. And so I try to take it a different way and do things for them to react to, right? So I decided, like, I'm just going to kick literally everything off the shelf. I'm going to keep myself completely quiet and just keep kicking things onto the floor like a cat, just kind of kicking things onto the floor. And the reason I did that was because at some point I wanted them to turn around and go, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? And I wasn't gonna react. I wasn't gonna say or try to make funny. I was giving them a chance to have something to react to, have something to talk about, whatever. And it actually turned into where we as a group were throwing things at each other, right? Like, it's like, you're knocking things over, and they, pick something up and threw it at me. Like, stop it, tink, and it kind of bounces off me. Or they sabotaging each other in the room. The start of it was, what do we need to win the game? What level of thing do we need? What are we going to get? And as I'm trying to mess around and not playing the game right, it turned into far more interesting content, because I was trying to do something for the sake of them, do something for the sake of the rest of the people to react to and make more funny. And they do, and it worked eventually. right? And so if you're working with somebody in a collaborative event, you both need to be on the same page of why you're doing what you're doing, right? If you're trying to counsel people, you're trying to make it meaningful and deep, and that person is there to be funny, you know, you're not on the same page. If you're there to make interesting, you know, elevating content that inspires hope, and the other person is just there to be sillier or doesn't care or is just trying to win the game or isn't responding, whatever, you got to be on the same page. If you're not vibing, you're not in the same mission, same goal, same direction, you're going to be working against each other during the same collaboration. Are you going back to school? Oh, far out. Cool. What are you going to take?
On stage, runs across many different kinds of ways of performing. You have to like trust whatever else is doing it, have the utmost confidence that they're doing their utmost to perform their role to a high standard.
The people that
and if you are in if you're in a band, right? If you're in a band, there are going to be nights where you're not doing well and they are. If you're in a band and you're going to feel crappy, and you know, like they're going to be just on fire. And so therefore you know, the energy is going to flow and move and you're going to elevate each other. But at the same time, you still have to be there and do your best to try to help. I remember, you know, being in bands and being on stage, and, you know, I'm not doing great or so-and-so is not doing great. And you can tell that everything is simpler. Like the drum is just simpler tonight. It's doing its job, but it's simpler. And it allows, you know, but you still got to be there. You're still pulling towards the same thing. I would say that it's necessary. Like the way that he said it was is pretty good. Hold on.
Trusting each other on stage, runs across many different kinds of ways of performing. You have to like trust whatever else is doing it, have the utmost confidence that they're doing their utmost to perform their role to a high standard.
the people
Yeah. So it's that's not resentful. Not getting resentful of the people that you're working with, and just being okay to elevate them instead of you being in front. It's the same thing on a sports team. If you're there because you want everybody to look at you, you're going to actually hurt the team, right? Like you need to be working on a team. A good coach will take someone who's showboating and bench them, even no matter how much they're scoring. And why is that? Because they aren't playing as a team, and they're ultimately going to lose. Ultrasound tech. Oh, far out. That's cool. That's super helpful too.
that I've surrounded myself with or in my band, we're also connected musically, and everyone kind of comes from a different musical background, which is cool because all of these different ideas can come together in like such a perfect way. So if you have like a great sense of rhythm and a strong pocket, like I love you. That makes all the difference to me.
How do you get to the pocket? How do you be in the pocket? Wow, that's a great question.
Essentially, pocket is groove or feel. If someone says like, oh, they're in the pocket, like it means that they're in time with each other, like they're in sync with one another.
The pocket is between a bass player and a drummer when the groove feels very effortless and it's breathing in a way you can.
Has anybody been been in the pocket with another person that you're playing with? If you like, it's such a cool feeling when you vibe that hard as a bass player, right? It's something that you kind of get to do. I don't know. I haven't been, I've played guitar and I'm sang, but whatever. Like, so but I mostly played bass, and it's really cool because, as you're kind of grooving with the drummer, and you both feel at the same time because you both feel it the same way, or you're both like, you stop and the other person feels exactly because they knew that what you were going to do, and you come in. Like, it's just a neat feeling to be that in sync with people, not necessarily even because you practiced it so much, but because you're feeling it the same way. It's very cool. I think I've had experiences like this on stream where I've been, interviewing, or I've been connecting. It happened at Reach. Great example. So Mother Goose. When I went down to Reach, I was really nervous because I had prepped everything I was going to say. Every word was ready to go, and she had prepped Well, I don't know. I'm not saying she didn't prep anything. What I'm saying is that like she didn't share anything that she prepped. It just said Dead Mother Goose Talks. And every time I'm like, do you want to practice? Do you want to do something? You want to, you know, she was like, nah, it'll be fine. Nah, it'll be fine. Which just freaked me out even more because I'm like, that is not how I go. I like prep. I like knowing what I'm doing. I like having notes. And so she was just fine. So we were up there, and as we're talking, she was, I would speak, and then she would speak. And at the end of what she said, it would lead very naturally into what I wanted to say next. And yes, I'm sure that was practice, but at the same time, I also think that she was there to serve the content and serve what we were trying to accomplish. And I was there trusting that she would fill in the gaps and what she would bring would be of value to the congregate, to the people who listening and whatever, even though I didn't know what she was going to say. I had no idea. And I think I think, I don't know, probably you guys tell me from an audience perspective, but like we were back and forth pretty easy. At one point, she's like, we need to speed up, you know, because we need to get going a little bit faster. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's do it. I will do my best. In other words, go all these notes that you have, summarize them. You know, just you're not allowed to say what you're going to say, summarize them. And so I just started, you know, kind of talking, and then we ended up doing Q&A. And the Q&A, I felt that we were vibing really, really well on stage. So it was really nice to get off and be like, man, that was really cool. I didn't feel like I was fighting with you. I didn't say that like this way to her, but like I didn't feel like I was fighting. I didn't feel like she was trying to speak over me. I didn't feel like I was trying to correct what she was saying because she was being weird. Like I just felt like we were completely on the same page and we were trying to serve in the same way. I thought it was really, really cool. I've done that with bands, and that was really cool to do on stage. It had me freaked out that she wasn't right. Like I didn't know what she was going to say, but it worked out.
Say about a musician, they have great pocket, right? People that just naturally lay down, you know, they play and you're like, oh, I have to move when they play.
You can't.
So one thing that the way that you get into the pocket is the attitude of you're there to serve the band, serve the song, serve the audience, serve the vibe, right? So in the pocket doesn't mean that you are up front, right? Not everybody can hear you. In fact, if you're in the pocket as a support instrument, whether it be drums or bass or rhythm guitar or you know any kind of percussive instrument, if you aren't, people aren't seeing you, right? They're like, wow, look at that bass player being amazing, or look at that whatever. What they'll see is the band, and you are there serving the band. And so when the guitar player starts to do a thing, you're like, how can I make sure that I serve what they're doing? So what that would do, it would mean that listening to what they're doing and then playing in a way that it sounds better, that they sound better. Because if all of a sudden, say on a bass, and they're, you know, they run into fills or they start doing some kind of riff, and I start throwing in fills, you know, where we end up competing. Just because I'm, you know, he's filling and I'm filling, we're both kind of playing the same thing. It ends up competing for attention. It ends up, you know, kind of not working together. So the way that I would be in the pocket, or I would vibe with the guitar player or whatever, would be for me to back off and listen so that I can play something that will make their part sound better. Right? That's what you're shooting for. Serving. And it all comes down to serving others. Everything does forever.
Get there without listening to what other people are doing. Like, you need to be listening to the drums, the bass, anyone else who is on stage with you. Like, you need to be listening to them and like figuring out how you can make your sound fit in with their sound.
We're not robots, right? And that's where the pocket comes in, because it's not about perfect time. It's about the feel, right? And so that comes with time. And
yeah,
just
practice, a lot of practice,
and playing with the right guys that have the pocket. And then at one particular moment, like I remember when it happened to me, like I finally fell in the pocket, and I was like, thank the Lord. I've been looking for this moment all of my life.
It is extremely cool. It is extremely cool when you find it and you're there. It's a neat feeling. He said something and it made me think of something. What did he say? He's not a robot. The imperfection. Actually, one of the coolest things is when you're playing with a band and everything's you play a different song. It's so weird. You're just like, you're playing and you practice this song a zillion times, and all of a sudden something just changes, and you're like, what are we doing? Like, are we doing? Are we syncopated now? Is this some kind of reggae beat? What are we doing? What is going? And all of a sudden, everybody's just like completely just vibing in a different way. And then after the concert, you go and you're like, that was cool. And you're all, yeah, that was really neat. Pity it'll never happen again, because no way we can replicate that. But it is super fun. And if you were seeking perfection, like if you were like, man, it has to be perfect, you would be, you'd never try that, because you're like, no, I have to, I can't be deviating from the plan ever. It's very cool.
You need to be willing to make mistakes. A lot of people say you need to dare to suck. You have to find your way through the clunkiness to get to a point of where, like, oh, this feels right.
Each person.
Yeah. And I think in the same way, when you're creating content, it takes a little while to you have to suck for a little while. It's just the way it is. It's going to take a little while for you to figure out your voice and figure out your tech and figure out your style and figure out who you vibe with. You're going to have to fail a bunch of times. You're going to have to figure out your time. Like, you don't know when's the best time to stream. For me, I was streaming at like 7:00 at night, because I thought that's when you're supposed to do it. And I'm like, that's a terrible time for me to do that. I'm going to switch. And so I switched to doing it during the day, right? During it from noon till 4. And it's so much better time for me to do it, because it allows me to have better energy. It allows me to focus more. It allows me to be able to bring more to the table, and it's going to be a little while, and that's okay. Be okay with sucking for a little while. Just get 1% better every day. If that's the mission, right? That was a really terrible stream. Why was it a terrible stream? Probably because XYZ. I'm going to go fix at least one of those things. And then you do that every stream. You do that every day. You add a little bit make it a little bit better every day. Within no time, your stream is way, way better. You're feeling a lot better about it. But it's going to be a little while. Could be a little while. Like, I'm going to make this YouTube video, and I have to know that the first one's going to be, I'm going to do my best. But I know that if I keep doing this, when I hit video 10 or 20, I'm going to look back at video 1 and be like, well, that's garbage. Even though at the time, right now, as I sit here, it will be the best I can do. It'll be the best I can do. And I think I'll do it as best I can. But then in the future, me is going to think it's just the worst. But there's no other way to do it. You have to go through all that. You have to.
And has to find their own survival system. What works for you? What works for you? What works for your voice? What works for your family? What works for your heart? What do you need? Because I think that life also is important. It's important to live life, to be able to have something to sing about.
For more insights from
She makes a good point, and this is something I really struggle with, and that is having a life. It's not something I've been traditionally good at. I'm usually, whatever I'm doing, I tend to do that. And so that's what I'm doing. And then because I've lived in crisis for, 15, 18 years, the extras tend not to happen very often, because, there's no money to go try anything. There's no time, because you're always in crisis. There's no energy, because you're just barely getting by. All of that is pulls away from life. But she's absolutely right in that where your interesting story is going to come from, where is your, this cool thing happened the other day going to come from? Well, it's all going to come from the stuff that happens off stream, right? When you serve, you are, when you're streaming and you're like, this happened, well, something has to happen for you to happen, right? Yeah, I can do that. Here. Another, you know, like where's the spiritual depth going to come from when you're on stream? It's going to come from your Debo life that happens off stream. Where's the excellence in whatever game you're playing going to come from? Well, it's going to come from your practice. So, you know, where's the quality of your stream, your overlays, your sound going to come from? That's going to be all the prep you do off stream. Where's these cool stories that, you know, of things that happened? What's going to come from you thinking about stuff and thinking about your past and meditating through some things and going out and trying some stuff and talking to people you haven't talked to, like all that stuff. If you don't, you're not going to have nothing to say. That's why every time you listen to a how do you talk on stream video, the answer will be go do stuff not on stream. That literally is the answer. I don't know what to say on stream. Go do stuff off stream and you'll know what to do on stream, right? Whatever that comes out of will be the thing that you're not doing on stream. Hopefully that makes sense.
Beloved working artists on what it means to think like a musician. Check out another episode in this series.
That's a cool series. I really like that. That was neat. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. Let's not do that. Let's do this. So we covered a lot of ground there. I don't know what to do. I probably could make like 20 shorts out of this. Since, you know, you show a little bit of what they said and then you show my reaction to it. That could be a short. Put that on the YouTubes. Maybe. But yeah. So I don't know. Anybody want to say anything? Anybody want to react to that? Anybody have anything they want to ask or statement they want to make so that we can talk about it? Totally your time to do that now. I'm excited for this week because I'm gonna keep trying to create. I ordered some. So here, follow-up story. So I got this crucial 2 terabyte drive. I talked about that at the beginning of stream. Right now it's currently recording 2 sources. It's great. But it was hopefully supposed to also help with my phone, because my phone only has like 30 gig, 24 gig left completely total, which means I get like I don't know, half an hour of video, which isn't enough when you're doing B-roll and everything. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I can just take the crucial, loop it on there, tape it to the back. It's only 30 grams, no weight at all. It'll be fine. It turns out I couldn't tape it because it just wasn't. It's the phone is so slick. It was impossible. Hi, DJ. Good to see you. And so yesterday I'm like, man. So I went to Gemini and I'm like, and I actually did it before and it didn't do this. I said, I need to find some way to get more memory into my phone, and it doesn't need to be too. No, it's not tapeable. It's not. Scotch tape, and it fell off because it just, even though it's 30 grams, it's too slippery. It's so. I went and. I need, what can I do? And help me find. Turns out SanDisk this year, 2025, released a new USB-C drive designed to fit into a smartphone. And it's like this big. So it's super light, super small. And I got one that has 256 gig for $40. The other ones that they were trying to sell were $300, $400, man. And I'm like, that's crazy. So I'm able to now do another couple hours of video. So I can do a couple hours of B-roll. Easy peasy. No problem at all. So I'm really excited about how that's working. Because it was such a problem. Can you imagine if you had to film a half an hour of stuff and then you had to come all the way back home, or you had to sit there and find Wi-Fi so you could upload it all to the cloud? It's just the worst. No, thank you. But now what's cool is that I don't have to. I can come back and I can just record it to that drive, and then I can go do all the B-roll I want. Shoot a ton of it. It should be good. That's just follow up for the story that I told yesterday. Yeah, I thought about an elastic band I really did. I'm like, okay, maybe I could do an elastic, but then of course, you know, it's covering your screen. I don't know. This is so much a better solution. I'm so sick of spending money though. This video series that I haven't done yet, I'm already like, I don't even want to say how much money I'm in. But I want to do it right. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good sleep, man. Hopefully it turns out good, and hopefully it is as effective as I wanted it to be. You know, I hopefully. Anyway, that's that. We did it. We reacted to the video, and I told my story. The only thing we're gonna do now is we are going to. The plan is Minecraft, unless you guys want to chat about something. I'm gonna take a quick break, grab a little bit of food. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna jump into Minecraft for a little while. Try to build more of that castle. At least that's the plan. Hopefully I'll not fall asleep just yet. Okay. All right. Good luck. Good luck. But before I go, it's all about you guys. So if you guys want to say anything, I'm more than happy to take a minute. So anybody want to ask a question? If not, I'm going to take a little break. I'll wait a couple seconds before, just because I know it takes a minute for you guys to hear what I'm saying, and then for it to come back around. Hey, Sunshine, good to see you. Just in time for me to go on break. I won't be long, I promise. In the meantime, I am going to run far out. In the meantime, I'm going to be running a 3-minute ad. Hopefully that'll make life a little easier. All right, dudes. I'll see you very soon. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm dropping frames, baby. What'd you guys do? Well, I was gone. Clearly you broke it. What'd you do? Oops. 24. Oops, says DJ. Yeah, ouch. That's not good. I wonder what mine is. I never check, so I should check. Oh, that's not where that goes. Put that in the middle. There we go. Hey, there we go. Sunshine and I got it. We're good. We're good for the day. Your machine is bonkers. Well. All right, let's go here. This one. I am very sane. That is unfortunately not true. You have a full level of bonkers. And it's scientific. You can't argue with the results. You can go back a few seconds in the rewind. It already hides the music from a different track. What? Did you say something? I don't know what you mean. Dumb thing is calling me out. I thought I was masking it really well. See, it's like someone who is a smoker who's like, that's okay, I had the window open. It's like, no, we know. Everybody knows. You're just lying to yourself. We all see it. We all smell it. Hello, On Fiverr here. Welcome back. Good to see you. It's time to build things and eat tuna sandwiches. Oh, I remember what I was doing now. All right. This here, we're building oh, you guys can't see it. Golly. What the heck? Minecraft is dumb. Minecraft is so hard to stream on my computer for me. It's like, well, don't 400,000 people do it every single day? Well, yeah. But like, also, it's hard. So the way it's set up on OBS is you have 6 different tracks to choose from. 6 different tracks to choose from. And track 1 is the one that's sent pretty much everywhere. Track 6 is the one that you can remove for Twitch so that it doesn't record your audio. So therefore that's just sending out all the time. Hi, Davey. Yo! Thank you. Appreciate the sub. I wanted to thank you for pointing out ways to improve my Twitch channel last stream. As a new streamer, there's a lot I didn't know. If you can take your advice to heart and start saving and uploading the VODs. So, yeah, checking your VODs is an important one. I would today was a really good one to listen to. I think we covered a lot of ground to help folks who are new to streaming. I think we did a great one. In fact, I'm gonna spend some time after stream to turn it into a bunch of shorts for TikTok, because I really do think it was valuable. All right, this looks a lot better, right? Like, this actually looks like Castle. So I keep covering it. We're good. I'm gonna have to figure out how to go all the way around, because dadgum. Okay, see? I think I'm just gonna be 3 away. 1, 2. There's 2. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, well. 1, 2. Was that? I haven't figured this one out yet, apparently. 1, 2, and then. That's not right. That's hard to build, man. Because it's supposed to be a three-way hallway the whole time. Yeah, track 6. So if you look at the way it's set up, I mean, maybe you can customize it, but in the actual OBS settings, it'll say, you know, turn off track 6 or don't send track 6 to Twitch, and you can do that. There's nothing wrong with it, and a totally valid way to do it. I would say it doesn't give you an excuse to play copyrighted music, obviously, but it definitely is something that that will help just in case something goes sideways. Or if you want to go back to the VOD and not have music, that's the main reason to do it. Like, legitimately, that's the main reason, is so that you don't have to dig through your own stupid VOD and listen to all the music and have it all be all kind of whack. Right? I'm just making this up as I go here. Should I be doing it up there? I don't know. Keepers. I'm having a problem. I've got an idea and I can't execute. All right, let's go back up to the top. Okay, so maybe if we just use these pillars as ways to go. No, that's not gonna work either. Is it every other? Yeah, it's every other. I'm gonna put the pillars on. Or the what are they called? I can't remember the name. I used it like 20 times last time I built. Ramparts. The ramparts. Whoop. Not the most riveting footage, but we are getting ourselves to build a castle. Like, it's gonna look cool. I know it looks like a children's jungle gym right now, but at some point it's gonna look way more castle-y. I don't even know if this is the right way to do it. I'm just making stuff up as I go here. Not like I'm a master builder. I did measure it all out first, which I think is going to help out. So tell me, let's talk about stream stuff, man. I currently have violent hiccups. Oh no. Is it the ones that have the big squeak, like and it hurts, like your diaphragm physically hurts? Dang it. I don't want to climb all the way up. I don't think this is enough. It's not. Oh, it is. Yay. No, they sound like I'm dying. Oh, bummer. I saw a short that offended me the other day, and it was people who only sneeze once have neurological like shortcomings or some kind of like problem with their neurology. It's too slow. People who sneeze 2 times are normal and good. And people who sneeze more than that have some kind of like anxiety or some kind of weird pathological issue. And I'm like I'm a 1 sneezer, but it's a big one. You know what I mean? Like I clear out all the tanks, no question, every time I sneeze. My daughter, on the other hand, snack girl, she sneezes. Oh, is that? Well, that's an interesting problem. We're just gonna do this. excuse me. I only sneeze. I know, right? That's what I was like. Excuse me. I know. I'm like, I. Of course, it was TikTok, so like, I would take it with a grain of salt. But I'm like, I don't know why you got to call me out like that and tell me I'm neurologically like problemed, you know. And my daughter, like Snack Girl, she sneezes like 8 times in a row. Like, what's wrong with her? Probably a series of things. Too loud sometimes, one, but here and there. Yeah, I'm pretty loud. I like me a good long sneeze. Fiddlesticks. I have to make better stairs. Eventually I'm gonna run out. No, I think I'm good because this is as tall as they need to be. Okie dokie. So we can do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then that. Fireworks. Yay. My uncle's even loud. Uncles are always louder. Dads and uncles. We're allowed to sneeze however much we want. Okay. I'm gonna just like that bad? I'm gonna make a monster town. I know exactly what I'm doing down there. I'm at the office today, so I can't offer any help this time. That's okay. That's okay. I'm good for now. Hope you are well. Supersonic's like, so XN. Now you gotta finish that. What are we talking about? This is meant to be a tower, so maybe we'll leave the tower alone, because that's meant to be something completely different. Boop, boop, boop. And then this goes on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. 2, 3. I guess I could do both. I wonder what's going on over on this computer. I'll drop an FPS and the music is having a problem. I wonder if it's because I'm recording or because it's something's happening. Is something happening in the background? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's use our performance monitor and completely break it. If I disappear soon, you'll know why. I've been living on tuna sandwiches lately. Every day. Come on, computer. There we go. Performance. Let's see what we got. CPU's at 80%. Memory's at 12 out of 16. GPU's at 70%. So what's your problem? What's your deal? Why you got problems? Okay, now it gets a little dicey. Oops, dang it. It's gotta go out from there. It's also gotta turn a corner. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go 4. And this should be 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna go out 1 more. And then call that 2. That should be okay. Yep. I think. This computer has no excuses. No excuse for me doing what it's doing. Maybe Spotify just sucks today. Okay. And then we have to go out a little bit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this way. 2, 3. So I'm assuming there. Oh, that's too narrow. So gotta go there. Yeah. That puts this. Oh, I got it even farther out. Wow. Big wall. I'm in pretty precarious position right now. It'll look fine from both sides. Like the weird part it's going to look is on the inside, where it's going to be like, you know, like if you treat it like a hallway, it's going to be like, oh, wow, that's a lot of weird narrow parts and whatnot. But as a soldier, someone who's up here, it's even, you know what I mean? Like it's a very even place to walk. And that's what I'm shooting for, is I don't want it to be super narrow. You seen the video tagged you in the Discord? About a year ago, you talked on stream over a video regarding the Honey browser extension, scamming people from their affiliate links. There was another video posted recently from another person as an update on the matter. Oh no, I didn't see it. What's the update? I haven't been on Discord nearly enough of late. I've been pretty negligent. I've had a lot of, you know, life didn't just magically improve after, you know. I'm telling you, man, I have been negligent. I completely admit that I have been not good at looking at Discord of late. We probably have 80 unread messages. Two, 3, 4. Supersonic replied to Supersonic. Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking. What's the update, man? Nope, too narrow. Here, a little further out. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just kind of fill it in, I suppose. $80. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, bud. What red mentions? Is that good? Any good? Might be a little bit wide, but c'est la vie. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, I like I said, I'm way behind. There's so many things that I wish I could be doing, but I'm trying not to make myself feel too badly, because I'm trying to refocus the content side of things onto stuff that is going to help Taco. And I think that I've got a key. I just need to be actually able to do it, right? So which means, I do check them. I do. It's just that, like, and if it's a direct question, I will answer the direct question. But usually, and if someone sends me a song, I won't listen. If someone sends me just a link and just doesn't explain anything, like link, I'm like, okay, well then I'm not gonna. I don't know what to do with that. Oh, decisions are gonna have to be made here. I'll build it because it should be built, but stuff's gonna have to be decided. Interesting. Thanks for telling me. I've been working. I haven't had time to say more. Appreciate it. No, I'm happy to answer. The like I said, if you ask me something or need help or something, I'm there. I'm happy to do so. But I am not going to be I'm not going to be super conversant for funsies, you know. Just I apologize. We have I have a community coordinator for just such an occasion. That's her job. Uh-oh. Bye. Oh no, I need more. Get to work in an hour, so I'm great and ready. Okay, rock and roll. Have fun. I appreciate it. We're building with quartz. Boop. 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 There. That should get us around the corner. One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I think I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this wall when it comes to the bottom here, because technically it's hanging over. So the question lore wise is, did it, did the wall stay because the ground tore away, or do I have to like create a broken part of the wall and decide that? We'll decide that later. One, 2, 3, 4. That's probably enough. $103, golly gee willikers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that I've that. Okay, that's good. Little narrow right there. That's okay. Like I said, it'll look good from both sides. It might be a little off if you're trying to do the math from the top, but I think it'll be okay. Sunshine, you've been questioned. Oh, it's supposed to be 4 wide. What did I do? I messed up. Okay, let's go a little further then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. There we go. My daughter will be done exams very soon. And she said she could be able to come back in and do, can you taste the rainbow? What a violent way of asking if she likes Skittles. Things seem to be fine on the performance monitor, so I'm gonna stop complaining about it now. Legendary cosmic egg named Shakira. Trey Planning liberated them from sweets to help share the rainbow. Good for you. It's an important work. I was trying to liberate a Snickers the other day, but I apparently don't like Snickers nearly as much as I should. So if this is going to carve out, do an arrow. Why does flies look wrong? My daughter flies in from Newfoundland on Saturday. No, that's it. No, she got it. Who's that play? Are you a Skittles guy? I'm not a huge Skittles guy just because they're tart. Not my favorite thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of the words I can look at weird. What there's a term for that when you look at words and they don't work in your brain properly. Can't remember what it's called, but it's like when you've said the word too many times or read the word too many times, your brain just like doesn't know what to do with it anymore. You know, yeah, David, not a Skittles guy. Yeah, I like me some Skittles on occasion. Oh, so when we do a movie night, sometimes we'll go to the dollar store and we will get treats, right? Like we'll get treats from the movie. But the way that we do it is we get Reese's Pieces, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Smarties, M&Ms, Skittles, and we'll pour them all in the same bowl. And I am so against pouring Skittles in the same bowl as M&Ms, man. I don't think it's good. Nobody wants an M&M. I think I'm just gonna not build this one out this far. Nobody wants an M&M when they're or a Skittle when they're having an M&M. You put chocolate fruits in another. I know, that's what I'm saying. Is that? But my family likes mixing them together, like a bunch of psychopaths. Evening again. Golly, have I created enough to cause monster farms? Let's go make sure I didn't. Uh-oh. I think we're good. I played enough Minecraft to know you don't just go willy-nillying your walls and putting roofs on stuff. Bad things can occur. I'm really tight. Golly. Right to the edge here. It could look cool. Like I when I look at like this one here. Oh, I'm gonna fly away for a second. Like when I look at like this section here, see how it's kind of like broken off? I think that looks kind of cool. Right? Whereas doing like that, not having anything is a little weird. Oh, I like that it broke off. I may have to do the same thing here, just because it's so very. Do you know the other language? I don't know. I know enough. I know enough French to that on the back of a cereal box, but or like it's soup can. But I don't really know a lot of French. Just enough that any Western Canadian would know. But no, there's been making the best trail mix. So all peanut M&Ms and then one thing of Skittles. That's not cool, you know. I don't think that's good at all. Okay, I don't know all the details, but it talks about how the original video was meant to be a 3-part series, but Mega Lab Original Videos channel hasn't posted since. After this video, many filed suit against Honey and PayPal, but these were later merged and some dropped out as not everyone was needed. Things have gone back and forth with more developments on both sides, though there are still pieces missing from both sides of the argument. Some of this due to both being quiet on the matters. Oh, yeah, well, okay, that makes sense. There's not much of an update, but I kind of get it. That it's very legal and you're going against a pretty big company. You're just a guy, you know, that's going to be a dangerous thing to do. 4, 5, but that's not good. Yeah, we'll just call that broken off. Why not? Help me have to not do math. Nah, it's all good. I appreciate you sharing it. It is an interesting thing. It doesn't apply to me because I don't do honey. But I think it's a good note for content creators to be very careful about the people that they partner with, right? Yeah, I like how it crumbled off. It looks like it kind of snapped off. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to put some brick at the bottom though. The honey scam. It was crazy, man. Like it kind of makes sense, but then you're like, what the way that he was describing it was super duper, like, just so scummy. I'm just doing stuff willy-nilly now. Whatever top, kind of, yeah, okay. So I can probably put one there, but I'm not gonna be able to put one next. Oh, is bedtime? Bedtime. Oh! I think I hit spacebar. Dark Narbit? Okay. That was no good. I died in spectacular fashion. Hey, where's my grave? Then we have. Oh, hello. Okay, to make sure I have all my stuff. Bap, bap, bap. All right, I will speak in a moment. Wow, that is a not cool place. We all good? All right, too bad. Should have slept before covering. I should have slept before covering my items. Oh, that's a good point. Then the monsters would have gone away. That's a very good point. Yard sale under the floating island. I've done this before and lost like so much of my armor. Yeah. Well, okay, we're good. So sword, shovel, pickaxe, other pickaxe, other pickaxe, shovel, brick, or I mean axe. Ugh. And then these. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're all right. That goes down there. That goes down there. That goes over there. Cool. I think I got it all back. This goes here. That goes there. I'm gonna actually put it in my little container here. I have an armor stand. Oh wait, hold on. Where did my armor go? Let's put it there. I'm gonna be flying literally everywhere, all the time. Did the creeper not blow up all your items? No, it didn't. I'm good. I think I walked away with everything. I thought we had a grave system though. Conk. Aha! Okay. What the heck? Now what do I do? Oh, that. Is it cheating? Yes. Do I care? No. Remember my mom used the Honey app. Come on, scroll. Why you not scroll? Why you not scrolling? I scroll this way? There we go. I'm learning French on Duolingo. Says a sunshine. Oh, nice. Daughter flies in from Newfoundland on Saturday. Sick. Well, dude, learning French is cool. Good for you. Lived in Quebec years ago and I'm rusty. Cool, that's neat. At least you got somewhere to start. Are you learning Quebecois or are you learning French, like from France? That's hilarious video making a, already did that. Okay, already did that. Yeah, working my way down. Remember my mom used the Honey extension back in high school, and I might have some in college. I typically don't use affiliate links anyway, but it's not cool. Yeah, exactly. They were stealing, like the way that it was described, they were legit stealing stuff. Like it wasn't like they were just not fulfilling, you know, they were like lying. Did more videos to be produced. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Might be worth checking out. The grave system there, it took me to the I think last time I died I had a grave and it just popped it all into my inventory again. But this time around it did not. I had to go gather up all my stuff. Let's do this a little bit smarter. We'll land on a landing pad and then work our way up. Ta-da! Okay. Carefully walking over, doing this the dumbest possible way. Yeah, that was dumb. We're gonna do this a better way. You know, a more intelligent way, like a smart person would do. Boing! Look at that. That's infinitely better. Yeah, I definitely don't need that there. Okay, what do we got? Because this all broke off. Or is that the plan? No, that is not the plan, because it shouldn't be broken off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this should be there, but it's going to come all the way out. So, probably there. At some point, I'm just making this up as I go. Like, it just feels like I'm not doing that part right. Pretty wide. That's really wide. And then that's narrow. Yeah, then this part breaks off on the side. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think that was kind of neat, actually. But as I sit there and think about this, now I have to go find somewhere. I was thinking about this actually the other day. I should go dig a hole where this came from. You know, to kind of, you know, fill in the lore a bit and then have it how do I do this? Like have the little bit of the wall that is missing here, there, like kind of crumbled down or something. And you can kind of maybe even have like some land around it or have something that would look, no, we're not allowed to do smart here. We try to do clever and land at okay. Nope, that was not good. These are Parisian French on Duolingo. Yeah, it probably is Parisian French. Hey dude, if you can do it, do it. Good for you. Have a good day at work. Okay, here we go. Ow. What? How is there a monster? From where? Too close. As in, because you got your PC, right? So does that mean you've got you got your mic and you got all the rest of that set up? Only big things I'm missing are specific USB hub and my mic arm. Yeah. Okay. As in you got to go get that from the house, or as in you got to go buy one? Oh, sick. Good for you. That always feels nice, doesn't it? When you're you feel like it's all coming together, especially after a big transition like that, where you're like, man, I just want to get back to normal, and normal is a hard time coming. Maybe living exclusively on tuna fish sandwiches isn't the best idea. I don't know. Maybe that's my problem from yesterday. There's storage somewhere. I went to get the rest of my desk things out of storage yesterday, but some of the boxes weren't where I can't reach. Oh, that's too bad. I'd imagine your mom's not going to be a big help on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the broken shoulder. Yeah, exactly, right? So what's the plan? Oh, that's grabbed the last item at the back of the shelf at the grocery store the other day. Hasn't happened in a while, but it felt great to help. Oh yeah. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I like that. Especially you look at you, you're like, hey, you definitely can reach. see Quiz coming around the corner and you just immediately like, yeah, that guy can get it. I'm saved. Do I measured this right? Oh! So I think that worked. Sure. The offer on the house fell through, so we have to relist it. Once it sells, we're moving where I'll be going to school because we have family treat in the area. So the house thing, selling the house, has that been controversial at all, or has it been something that you guys have been able to work out? I know that there's a you know, who gets how much money and who gets what for some people, but has it been? And are you doing a realtor thing, or are you trying to do it with the what's that system called where you can just list it yourself? You don't get the MLS. Oh, it's your mom's house. Oh, I thought you meant it was the house you guys were in before. Uh-oh. Something went screwy. Right there. You guys had an apartment, okay. And I assume you didn't own the apartment then. Well, I guess that's kind of a good thing. Less to fight about. As long as it's going, I hope it's going amicably. That's helpful. Oh, had you really? Oh, that sucks. Did that cause you a penalty? Looks like we're moving with my roommate mid-January, so it'll be fun. He offered to sell me the house, but I don't exactly have the money for a down payment. I need to rent out a room to help cover expenses. Like, you're going with him? Like, are you keeping the same job, or are you doing you moving to a whole different job? Because I remember you talking before, and it was going to be far away, wasn't it? Some hours. There it is. I hear monsters, but I don't want to hear monsters. Why do I hear monsters? They're a hole under my underground. I wouldn't like that. I like that at all. Cool. I think I did it. My job can move with me as long as I'm in the US and church. Oh, that's so good. All the apartment stuff is now on him. We got more of my stuff this weekend. I applied to remove myself from the lease. I removed myself from the electric bill, and he's staying in an apartment for a bit. That's just him now. He's bringing a few other things whenever we outside papers. Oh, okay. Had to rehome Misty. Oh, that's, I never thought about that. Because your mom, you and your mom can't take her in? Well, that's not right. What do I do? You'd be further out? Just needs so I can give her care she deserves, so I found someone with expertise. Oh, that's good. All right, well, at least it went to a good home. Yeah, that's a good thing. Still a bummer, though. I know you liked your cat. Was it the worst part? Oh, well, you really liked your cat. That's a good thing. I appreciate people that that can like their animals. I really do. Not a monster. What am I doing? That can't be right. Doing around the towers is a pain. Oh, you could. Oh, that's good. Like, is she gonna send pictures or whatever? That'd be cool. All right, so this definitely needs to go up further. Ah, nice. Alex Castley, right? I wasn't sure if I was a fan of having the white at the bottom, but you know what? That actually isn't terrible. I may just leave that there. Kind of gives it a you know, a footing type feel. Definitely feel like I'm making a lot of this up as I go. 2 cats. 4 more outside, bro. That is too many cats. Definitely didn't need another. My brain is working overtime. I'm gonna be the one overheating instead of my computer. I can't even form sentences while I'm doing this. So much work for my brain. I bet that doesn't look even on the outside because I'm just kind of willy-nillying it over here. And so I have a hard time believing it's gonna look the same as the matching one on the other side. So we're gonna have to see what I did over there because I really don't know. I'm so confused. What are we doing? We've got to go further out. Okay. Out there, maybe? That's cool. All right. Way wider than it needs to be, I guess. Did I make it too wide all the way around? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. We're just gonna trim that off. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna cut it off. Doop 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 doop. And we're gonna make it match. I think it does. Cool. Maybe. And then it curves in, I think. I'm doing okay. That's not terrible. as wide, same width. I think this needs to go out a little bit further. Yeah, that's all right. I just think maybe I wrecked my alternating pattern here. I gotta totally fix. That would go here. And then another one would go right there and there. And then here. That's definitely not correct. That'll do. All right. Let's fill in the outside. Even though it's not going to look super even, like if I fly away right now. That's pretty close though. Come on. It's something. This castle's been through a lot. Give me a break. Maybe there's been a couple times where it's had to, like, you know, get repaired. It's possible. Actually, one of the four is new. He showed up and got it and adopted himself. I guess that happens. Wonder how long until I have to refill those firework containers. They do one a night, so that's every 20 minutes. And I added a lot of fireworks to them. So I'm assuming it's going to be a little while. Ooh la la. Are you so dark, bro? I haven't decided what I'm going to put in these walls. I just know that I'm not filling them in because it would make no sense to do that. Like, to have this whole entire section solid, like, surely something's got to be in there. Maybe we'll put some Titans in there, like Attack on Titan. Have a bunch of prepared bodies to just jump out to scare people. That looks neat. I'm cool with that. I keep thinking that after stream I'm gonna be jumping into doing the prep on the video stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, we'll get through stream and then I'll do that. But by the time stream's over, I am so pooped. Like, it is just, there's nothing left in the tank to do that. Got an update on updated version. Hopefully this will not go over XtianNinja's head like the last one. Come on, man. It's Canadian politics jokes. That's for smart people. How many Canadians does think children get? One, but they will apologize profusely if they think they're going to do it wrong and getting it anyone else in anyone else's way. That's true. No, that's not even a joke. That is just how things are around here. If you've ever heard of a Canadian standoff, it's basically two people standing at the door apologizing to each other so that until one of them goes in. It is not even an exaggeration. It really does happen. You just stand there and like you open the door and you're like, hey, sorry, and then you just look at each other, sorry, okay, sorry, and then you leave and you say sorry. It's so true. Why do I hear Enderman. Okay, Enderman can come up here, I suppose. They have different rules. I swear I heard a creeper. Or not a creeper, a zombie. Castle project is taking a very long time, but like that was the plan, right? I knew when I signed up for Sky Island Castle, I wasn't signing up for a quickie. But I planned it in advance. We took some time to, you know, put a little thought into it. So hopefully it'll turn out nice. I think the next thing I'm going to do is the towers on the corners. That makes the most amount of sense. Build the outsides, finish the walls, you know. Later, you next. Oh, got all right. You almost 2, yeah. Yeah, dude, I get it. I'm pretty close to signing off too. I think I'll sign off at 3 today. And I'm trying not to be too bummed about it because, you know, like I feel as long as I've made some we've had some good conversations, I've hung out for a little while, we've, you know, built on the server a bit, like I don't feel too bad ending early, especially considering I've, you know, like the meat and potatoes of the stream is over. We're just kind of hanging out right now, which not that I'm saying hanging out is pointless, but there are a lot of people out there that you can hang out with that will do it better and better than me. And so the community isn't losing out on anything. I think the community loses out when I hang instead of talk. Oh, well, that's going badly. That's fun. That's kind of fun. Make it look a little crumbly. Yeah. All right. Rock and roll. Let's see who's on that we can raid out to. Tomorrow is Weird Wednesday. We actually have a video we're going to be reacting to. Oh, no. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Are we? Yes. Probably. Might do that Thursday. Either way, somebody sent me a video from that Healthy Gamer GG guy, and he's got an interesting video about aura, some kind of aura thing. And so I'm very curious about it because he, as sort of like psychologically literate he is He also clearly has some kind of spiritual background, which is non-Christian. So it should be an interesting conversation to be able to have. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Pastor D. Pastor D's on. Let's see if there's anybody I haven't rated in a long time. TC. All right, rock and roll. Wait a minute. TC and I are gonna be working on a collab at some point, so it should be fun. Look at all the Christmas stuff he's got going on. What a festive dude. All right, guys, I appreciate you a lot. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you on the flip side tomorrow, and see you in the Discord, maybe if I get around to looking at it again. Okay, bye.